Mastering our life's budget. The 16 budgets of life. We often use the word budget in our everyday life. We set a budget before going to the shopping mall. We use the word we need to stay within our budget. This phone is not in my budget. My grocery budget is rupees 15,000 per month. In simple terms, budget is equal to income plus expense planning. So, what is the advantage of budget? Budget helps us to avoid overspending. Our life is also like a budget. Not just money, but everything in life needs to be managed wisely. Imagine if we start managing our breath, thoughts, time, energy, our life will become so clear, peaceful, and happy. You don't need to change your life. You just manage these 16 budgets and life will change itself. And what really changes? Your mind becomes calm, emotions become stable, time feels enough, energy increases, health improves naturally, distractions reduces, and the spiritual power increases. Now let us learn the breath budget. What it really means. Every breath you take in is precious and limited. You don't know how many breaths you are left. So, how you spend them matters. You must have observed that when you get angry, breath fastens. So, one argument is equal to many disturbed thoughts, and one moment of awareness is equal to calm, slow, and conscious breaths. When you sit quietly, even for 2 minutes, watching your breaths, breathing in and breathing out, your entire body becomes stable. Now, let us do this activity for 2 minutes. Everyone, sit comfortably on chair or on the floor. You can gently close your eyes and focus on your breath. Just observe your breath coming and going out. Shift your awareness from the outside world to your breath. The more you focus on your breath, the more you feel peaceful. Be seated in the same awareness. Breathing in and breathing out. Om Shanti. Our entire body becomes relaxed because our breath, body, mind has a deep connection. So instead of wasting breath in arguing or negative thoughts, with every breath, stay in remembrance of the divine. Let remembrance become as natural as breathing. What are the benefits? Mindful breathing calms the nervous system, brings clarity to the mind, stabilizes emotions, and increases inner spiritual power. It brings freshness to the body and greater balance and effectiveness in life. Breath is a currency of the soul. The more mindful the breath, the greater the spiritual power. So just 3 to 5 minutes of conscious breathing, and one deep breath before reacting can change the direction of life. Now, let us understand time budget. We have all heard the proverb such as time and tide wait for no man. Lost time is never found again. Time is money, and so on. So, what is the budget of time? The budget of time means using your time in a pre planned, conscious, and purposeful way. Instead of handing over time to situations, mood, or digital distractions, it is about managing it mindfully. Time is not just the ticking of a clock, it is a life energy that flows through every thought, word, and action. The importance of time budget is time is a priceless gift from God. Every moment is like a seed that shapes our sanskars, actions, and experiences. Wasted time drains energy, while well planned time increases our spiritual wealth. The right use of time transforms busyness into meaningful service and stress into balance. Where is time wasted? People often lose time in the following ways: using mobile phones or digital media without purpose, getting stuck in past memories or worrying about the future, complaining, gossiping, and engaging in negative discussions, staying busy without a clear purpose. So, where should time be budgeted properly? Self care, rest, daily routine, and emotional balance, family, loving communications, and mindful presence, work or service, discipline, focus, and value based actions, study, which is the most important thing. The more you study, the more you learn the new skills, knowledge, morally reflection, self development, the more you refine yourself. Silence, most important, which is considered in the Brahmin life, is silence or solitude. Sitting in the Amrit Vela and connecting yourself with the God, Baba, traffic control, and night self check. Digital time, limit, and purposeful use. What are the benefits? The right use of time makes the mind light, life balanced, and relationships harmonious. It makes service effective, decisions peaceful, and increases inner spiritual power. So, time should not just be filled, it should be made meaningful. A person who budgets time wisely preserves life energy, peace, and spiritual strength. Now, the next comes is energy budgeting. We all know and we have all learned that we are not this body, we are not this mind, but we are soul and we are energy. To recharge or to fill ourselves and charge our battery, we connect soul to the super sensuous. Now let's understand energy budgeting. The first chapter that we have learned in Brahmakumaris is that we are not this body, neither mind, but soul. The soul, in its original state, is effortlessly peaceful, naturally loving, and quietly powerful. So the question is not how to gain energy, but why are we losing what is already natural? The greatest leakage of energy happens when the soul forgets itself and becomes the role. Energy is not lost in big problems, it is lost in micro moments. A slight irritation, a slight judgment, a need for validation. These seems small but continuously drain the soul. Then, what law of inner economy explains? Where attention goes, energy follows. If attention is on negativity, energy weakens. If attention is on the self, energy stabilizes. If attention is on the divine, energy multiplies. So, how to protect our energy? Number one, acceptance. Accepting the things as they are as resistance consumes energy. Number two, detachment. Attachment pulls energy outward. Detachment keeps it centered. Number three, surrender. Trying to control everything exhausts. Trusting the higher order relaxes the soul. So, what are the practical steps to save energy? Begin the day with meditation and remembrance of the Supreme. Differentiate between necessary and unnecessary thoughts. Pause before reacting. At night, spend 5 minutes in self check. Where was energy spent? Summary: success is not measured by how busy we are, but by how powerful and charged our soul is. Now, let us understand thought budgeting. What is budget of thoughts? The budget of thoughts means the conscious use and regulation of the energy of our thoughts. Just as it is essential to manage money, time, breath, it is equally important to manage thoughts because every thought consumes the soul's energy. Elevated and positive thoughts increases inner power, while wasteful and negative thoughts drain energy. Brahma Baba often used to say, think before you think. Now, thoughts form sanskars, and sanskars shape actions, and actions create destiny. Therefore, controlling thoughts is like safeguarding one's spiritual treasure. You must have observed in societies also, the watchman keeps watch on each and every person entering and going out. Similarly, if we keep watch on each and every thought, we can save our energy. Now, where do thoughts get wasted? Repeated worrying and overthinking the same issue, imaginary fears and anxiety about the future, comparing oneself with others, excessive and directionless thinking. So, right investment of thoughts is very important. For that, learn positive affirmations. For example, I am a peaceful soul and every situation is beneficial. Necessary thoughts related to duties and planning. Creative thoughts focuses on solutions, service and foresight. Before every thought, ask, is this thought useful, pure and powerful? So, how to preserve the energy of thoughts? Take thought checkpoints during the day to observe your thinking. Recharge the mind through connection, meditation with the Supreme. Transform negative thoughts into positive affirmations. Calm the mind at night and release all the burdens. What are the benefits? A well managed thought budget brings mental clarity, emotional stability, strong decision making power, peaceful sleep, and high vibrations. It makes the soul light, stable, and impactful. The conclusion is thoughts are the seeds of destiny. Those who maintain a proper budget of their thoughts preserve their inner power and guide their life towards peace, strength, and success. Now let us understand budget of emotions. The budget of emotions means the conscious and balanced use of our emotional energy. It's not that emotions are bad, but they are often surface waves, while love is the depth of the ocean. Emotions are usually shallow, whereas love is deep. Emotions often keep changing, sometimes happy, sad, angry, excited. One small situation and everything shifts. They often depend on people's behavior, situations, and expectation. That's why they are unstable and reactive. Where does emotional energy get wasted? excessive attachment, having too many expectations, and frequent complaining. So, how we can invest our emotions rightly? Number 1, gratitude. Being thankful for life and the Supreme. Number 2, pure love, without control or dependency. Number 3, empathy, understanding others without absorbing their pain. Number 4, appreciation, recognizing the qualities in others. So, what are the practical steps? Number 1, pause for a moment before reacting and reflect. Number 2, replace expectations with acceptance. Number 3, do an emotional audit at night and surrender wasteful emotions to the Supreme God. Next, practice the observer mindset, which we call Sakshi Drishta. Next, make the Supreme your emotional anchor instead of depending on people. The most important conclusion that can be derived from budget of emotions is that emotions are sacred energy. Use them not as an indulgent consumer, but as a responsible trustee. Let us understand budget of attention. Attention is equal to what are you thinking about right now. Where attention goes, energy flows. If attention is on problems, stress arises. If attention is on peace, mind remains calm. Your life follows your attention. Let us understand this with an example. You are sitting with your family, talking, laughing, everything is fine. Suddenly your phone rings. Instantly your attention shifts from family to phone, from present moment to the screen. Even if you don't pick the call, your mind is already there. What does this show? Your attention controls your experience. When attention was with family, you felt happy. When attention went to the phone, connection broke. Life doesn't disturb you, your attention does. So, how to protect your attention? Before focusing, ask, is this necessary, pure, and useful? Every 1 to 2 hours, pause briefly and bring attention inward, which we call it as traffic control. Begin the day with early morning meditation. And ways to save attention energy are: do one task at a time, avoid multitasking, reduce unnecessarily digital input and noise, create no notification zone during meditation, study and rest, speak less, observe more. What are the benefits of this? A well-managed attention budget brings deep concentration, emotional balance, natural meditation, reduced fatigue, and faster spiritual progress. It makes life more stable, powerful, and elevated. The conclusion from this we can derive: where attention goes, we become that. So invest your attention not in waste, but in self-growth, remembrance of the Supreme, and building a higher quality life. Seventh budget, and the most important budget, is the budget of speech and words. Words are not just sounds, they carry energy, intention, and vibration. The budget of word means speaking only what is necessary, truthful, and kind, so that your inner energy is not wasted. Every word you speak affects your own mind, affects the other person, creates an atmosphere. For example, harsh words creates heaviness, gossip drains energy, complaining weakens the mind, and gentle, truthful words create peace and strength. That's why sometimes after talking too much, you feel tired without doing anything. The first step of yoga is controlling your speech. Ancient wisdom clearly says control of speech is the first doorstep to inner discipline. If words are uncontrolled, mind becomes restless. If words are controlled, mind becomes peaceful. Speech is the outer expression of inner thoughts. So by refining words, you automatically refine the mind. Where do we waste words then? Speaking unnecessarily, repeating the same thing again and again, arguing just to prove a point, gossiping or discussing others. Speaking of anger, the great proverb says, words once spoken cannot be taken back. So, how we can invest your words carefully? Speak less but meaningful. Speak truth but with kindness. Speak only when needed. Use words to heal, not to hurt. Kind words cost nothing but mean everything. So let us understand what are the practical steps. Pause before speaking. Is it necessary? Use silence when words are not needed. Keep your tone soft and stable. Practice inner silence. Silence is often the best answer. Words come from thoughts, and thoughts come from your inner state. If the mind is disturbed, words will disturb. If the mind is peaceful, words will heal. So the real practice is not just controlling words, but purifying the source within. So what are the benefits of a word budget? Number 1, energy is saved. Number 2, mind becomes calm. And number 3, relationships improve. People may forget what you said, but they will always feel how your words made them feel. So the most important thing, words are seeds. Once spoken, they create impact. Use them with awareness, not with impulsiveness. 8th budget is digital budgeting. We are all living in a digital era where TV, mobile, social media is easily accessible to each and every one of us, and it is very easy to get distracted. So what is digital budgeting? Digital budgeting means using screens, social media and digital information consciously in a limited and purposeful way. With every click, we spend time, attention, thoughts and energy. So it is essential to use technology with awareness and discipline. In digital budgeting, the most important thing is what we hear, what we see, it lasts and impressions on our mind. Excessive digital use increases restlessness, comparison, wasteful thoughts and mental fatigue. On the other hand, balanced use keeps the mind calm, intellect clear, and the inner state strong. So whereas energy gets wasted in digital media, this resource is often lost in situations such as mindless scrolling on the phone, comparing on social media, and expecting reactions, consuming negative or excessive digital content, starting and ending the day with the phone. So how to protect digital resources? Set fixed times for digital usage. Stay away from screens during early morning, meals, spiritual study and before sleep. Use the phone only for necessary tasks, learning, service or meaningful communications. What are the ways to save digital energy then? Number 1, start the day with remembrance of the Supreme, not the phone. Number 2, limit unnecessary notification. Number 3, consume only meaningful and positive content. Number 4, Practice digital fasting for some time each week. Next, number 5, replace scrolling with reflection, writing, and silent meditation. What are the benefits of digital budgeting? It keeps the mind peaceful, improves concentration, reduces wasteful thoughts, and deepens meditation. It also saves time, improves sleep quality, and brings greater balance to life. The next budget is money and financial budget. Money budgeting is equal to planning how to use your money wisely. How much you earn, how much you spend, and how much you save. In very simple words, don't spend first and think later. Plan first, then spend. What is the importance of money budgeting and financial budgeting? Proper budgeting of finance and money brings clarity, control, and peace of mind. It reduces unnecessary expenses and stress of debt, preserves energy, and opens the path for spiritual growth through service, charity, and meaningful contributions. Where is money wasted then? Number 1, impulsive buying without planning, spending to compete with others or for show off. Next, ignoring savings and future preparations. And the last, risky investments made without proper understanding. So how we can protect our money? Number 1, consider every rupee as reflection of your effort and energy. Number 2, prioritize essential needs, food, clothing, shelter, education, and health. Next, set limits for entertainment and luxury. Next, maintain regular savings and build an emergency fund. And the last, invest wisely and safely. The right distribution of money is very important. Now, what are the benefits of money and financial budgets? A well-managed financial budget brings peace of mind, security, a balanced life, and inner satisfaction. It enables a person to channelize either their energy into growth, service, and creative purpose. So what is the conclusion? Conscious budgeting is not just about managing money, but about wisely using the energy, effort, and values of life. The next budget is budget of physical resources. In the current scenario, the absence of proper resource budget is leading to serious imbalance in both outer and inner life. Natural resources like water, fuel, and forest are being overused without responsibility, while wasteful habits such as overconsumption, food wastage, and use and throw culture are becoming common. At the same time, people are misusing their inner resources, time, energy, and emotions through overthinking, distractions, expectations, and constant comparison, which leads to stress and dissatisfaction. As a result, despite having more, there is less contentment and more disturbance. This reflects a deeper truth. When there is inner emptiness, it expresses as outer excess. As the proverb says, we never know the worth of water till the well runs dry, reminding us that without awareness and balance, both our external resources and inner peace gets depleted. The next budget is budget of relationships. A budget of relationship means using our emotional and spiritual energy wisely in how we connect with others. Relationships becomes heavy not because of people but because of expectations, attachment, and the need for control, which slowly drain inner strength. When we depend on others for happiness, even small changes in their behavior disturb us. Spiritual wisdom teaches that one who remains balanced in all situations, pleasure or pain, gain or loss, stays stable and free within. This means we should move from dependency to inner fullness, from expectations to acceptance, and from control to pure love. In a healthy relationship budget, we give respect, understanding, and care, but without losing our peace. We stay connected, yet internally free. Such relationships feel light, harmonious, and sustainable because they are based not on need but on stability and awareness of the self. So, how to protect energy in relationships? Adopt soul consciousness, awareness. Second, learn to give without expectations. Next, take responsibility for your own peace and happiness. Maintain healthy emotional boundaries. And after every interaction, observe your energy. Do you feel light or heavy? What are the benefits of balanced relationships? It remains emotional stability, increased self respect and dignity, reduced disappointments and fatigue, more energy for service and self growth, pure and long lasting relationships. If we conclude, the budget of relationship teaches us that along with love, wisdom is equally important. Balanced relationship brings peace, strength, and lasting happiness into life. Let us understand the next budget of health. Health does not mean just absence of disease. It means a complete state of well-being, not just body, but physical, mental, emotional, psychological. So the budgeting of health is very, very important. Health is a form of wealth that no one else can manage for us. When the body becomes weak, the mind becomes unstable, and the spiritual state is also affected. Thus, maintaining health is not just a personal need, but also a spiritual responsibility. So, where is health energy wasted? Ignoring the body's signal, fatigue, pain, lack of sleep. Next, irregular routine and staying up late. Next, lack of physical activity, excessive mobile and screen usage, stress, worry and suppressed emotions, uncontrolled and imbalanced eating habits. So, how to protect your health? So, number 1, adequate sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Second, physical activity, walking, yoga, stretching or light exercise. Next, sattvic diet, which is the most important thing to protect your health. Mental relaxation is also included in health. Next, what to avoid? Ignoring body signal, excessive screen time, working continuously without rest, and considering stress as normal or something to be proud of. So, what are the benefits of health budgeting? Your mind will become stable, better concentration, reduced dependence, and increased patience. What do we conclude? Health is not just the condition of the body, but the outer expression of inner balance. When thoughts are pure and the mind is peaceful, the body also cooperates. The most important budget of desires. A budget of desires means consciously managing what we want, because not every desire brings peace. Desires are endless by nature. Fulfilling one often creates another. And when they are uncontrolled, they disturb the mind and drain inner energy. Spiritual wisdom teaches that peace does not come from fulfilling all desires, but from reducing and refining them. When desires are excessive, they create restlessness, comparison, and dissatisfaction. When they are limited and pure, they bring contentment and clarity. Kabir Das beautifully said, "Sai itna dijiye, jame kutumb samaye, मैं भी भूखा ना रहूं, साधु भूखा ना जाए." This reflects a balanced life, enough for needs, not endless greed. In spiritual teachings, it is also said that from attachment arises desire, and from desire comes disturbance when it is not fulfilled. Further, it explains that just as fire is never satisfied by fuel, desires are never satisfied by indulgence. Therefore, the path is not suppression, but understanding and moderation. A healthy desire budget means choosing needs over endless wants, letting go of comparison, being content with what is present, keeping desires aligned with higher purpose. When desires are managed, the mind becomes peaceful, decisions become clear, and life feels lighter. He who is content is truly rich. It is rightly said, the past should be reference, not a residence. Let us understand budget of memories. The budget of memories means being aware of how much mental and emotional energy we spent on past events. The soul is eternal while events are temporary. If we repetitively revisit the past, the power of the present gets consumed by situations that no longer exist. So, what is the importance of memories? Memories can neither give us learning and maturity or make us emotionally weak. It is our present actions that shapes the future. When the mind remains stuck in the past, it loses its stability, lightness, and clarity. So, where is the energy of memories wasted? Regretful thoughts. If only I had done this. Guilt, blaming oneself even after learning from mistakes. Next, complaints and bitter memories, repetitively recalling painful events. And the last, overindulging in pleasant past memories and making the present feel dull. So, how to preserve the energy of memories? First, retain only the learning and essence from the past. Number 2, let go of complaints, guilt, and regret. Number 3, surrender heavy memories to the divine in meditation. And the last, engage the mind in service, spiritual study, and elevated thoughts. So, what are the practical practices that can be inculcated? Practice the full stop, pause, and stop when the past memories arrive. Take only the lesson, not the entire story of the event. Stabilize yourself in the present through self awareness. What are the benefits of memory budgeting? Number 1, lightness and inner freedom. Number 2, emotional clarity and stability. Next, better concentration, clear decision making ability, and faster spiritual progress. The conclusion is a powerful soul turns the past into a lesson, not a burden. When the mind is free from the past, the present becomes powerful and the future becomes bright. Collect lessons, not the burdens. The next budget is budget of rest and silence. A budget of rest and silence means consciously giving yourself the right amount of physical rest and inner quietness, so your energy is restored and not continuously drained. Just like the body needs sleep, the mind and soul needs silence to recharge. Without this balance, even if you are doing too much, if you're not doing much, you feel tired, restless, and mentally heavy. In today's life, the biggest exhaustion is not from work but from continuous thinking, noise, and stimulation, phones, conversations, worries, and overactivity of the mind. When there is no pause, energy keeps leaking. That is why, even after resting physically, people still feel mentally fatigued. Silence is not only about speaking, it is about reducing unnecessary thoughts. When thoughts slow down, the mind becomes clear, emotions settle, and inner strength increases. Rest gives recovery to the body, and silence gives power to the soul. Last but the most spiritual budget means having the state of soul consciousness and our relationships with the Supreme. Just as a financial budget directs money wisely, a spiritual budget guides our thoughts, words, actions, and attention towards investments that increase inner strength, peace, and stability. The core of this budget is practicing soul consciousness and connecting to the Supreme God, that is Shiv Baba. Spiritual stability brings inner peace, clarity, and courage into life. Each and every step that you take remains guided by the divinity. So, where is the spiritual energy lost? Neglecting meditation and remembrance of the divine, getting entangled in worldly busyness and negative thoughts, reacting emotionally to situations, excessive attachments to outcomes and recognition, influence of negative company or environment. So, how you can protect your spiritual capital? Begin and end the day with a meditation and silence. Constantly connect yourself with the Supreme Soul. Live life based on values like truth, peace, love, patience, and compassion. Serve selflessly without expectations. Regularly check thoughts, words, and actions. What are the practical ways then to protect your spiritual energy? Practice 15 to 30 minutes of meditation or remembrance daily. Prioritize values while making decisions. Limit reactions. Maintain a spiritual diary or self-reflection practice. Focus on actions and leave the results to the divine. What are the benefits of spiritual budgeting? Inner peace, even in challenging situations. Ability to act with clarity and confidence. Deep joy and fulfillment through selfless service. Growth in spiritual strength and tolerance. So, what do we conclude? Mastery of the spiritual budget means consistently investing in the soul, its virtues, and its connection with the Supreme. When the spiritual foundation is strong, life becomes balanced, powerful, and meaningful. Om Shanti.